I remember when she
decided to slow down
slow.
and eventually stop moving. So
Scientific.
speeds that the resulting heat would cook the air around them. We can see clear evidence of red leather leading a cult. Annie and Reiner stumble up on top of her, but when she transformed an Attack on Titan,
it's first one.
reproducing and fermenting in a fast anime, Attack on Titan. Now it's so hot
Spoiler
that
alert.
trees burst into flame just.
And that's a recent episode,
Now,
so
not once is it
Throw that
inspired
in there.
global crisis. Just a waste.
I love bread too.
Which merits the question: is sun's moving is sunlight? That doesn't tell us
But when
what
the
they're
first
made
one
out of.
comes,
Spoiler alert already in the
and then
beginning
y'all
of
gonna blame
it.
it on.
Information bonus sections from the manga, which are then repurposed as commercial break eye catches for the anime.
Running.
Titans running towards their human prey, picking them up with the precision and agility of a regular produce these sorts of effects.
And look how they
run. Is their size, hot steam, and the
So I guess it makes sense.
Makes
But
sense.
I don't know.
And my hero, definitely my hero.
or a loaf of bread rising in the oven. That's the only way they can be increased.
Watch that, because that will get you into anime. If I had somebody to recommend anime to, it
To the touch, the colossal Titan can cook details. Each and every one of these pages is something that the manga's writers felt that
Attack on Titan booklet, and we were reading through it and everything.
shout Titans are other humans transform into Titans. All of that instant Titan.
I already knew who the female
was. Poops out alcohol and carbon dioxide.
I've been seeing that all over
Insta. Those you should be aware of. This is definitely
One of them.
One of them. It's one of them over the series since the very beginning. One that is the single biggest driving. Looks like a lump of fur.
don't
I love its fan.
Proves
So
this
they're
by
like
covering yeast just an instant. Storing it with wheat, soybeans, or cured meat slows down the decomposition
into one.
at will. With Aaron's new power, humanity finally has a fighting chance against their enemy in the bodies of the Titans.
Sure they are. Hella hot.
Right.
Exposed muscle look that
Oh,
leaves
my
almost
Lord.
nothing agent. Bread is Titans.
By will.
The laws of physics
Right.
are them to be a lot slower than the humans.
I haven't
There's
watched
Attack on Titan season 3.
and you're
The fermentation process speeds up or more alcohol is being produced, that temperature rises. Bigger size, exactly what it figure out exactly.
Backstory is a lot of mystery. We still haven't got to the basement yet. Hopefully,
with his father, like this.
Would explain the Titans' lightweight, gassiness, and their solar-powered physiology, breaking into a sprint and using hand-to-hand
Behind your back, not Papa. Like it's weird.
I've
It's so
seen it, but
weird. I didn't pay attention.
One other place in the Attack on Titan universe where we see that we eat it before it eats you.
Look,
3 by far has to be the littest one.
yeah.
Currently digidestined with those we're seeing in the anime. Is there any sort of evidence that the attack on, quite frankly,
Just watch the
watched
show.
series?
You're right.
The anime and overwhelmed by which shows.
For lightest tree bark.
Despite gaining
I'm
a lot
not
of
used to
volume when
hearing
they
it in
transform
English.
a tall Titan isn't
Oh my
built
God.
in a strong
Yeah.
Great. Anyway, guys, please comment below.
Anyone trying to attack him with a burst of there's a human causes bread to rise is yeast. A
Yeast.
single-celled fungus that, to put it very
Rod Reese's, and you don't know what's happening with that.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
they don't know.
Titan universe would have some sort of
He's gonna
special
get
yeast
so
that could
mad.
very simply eat sugar.
Eating sugar? No papa.
When exposed to ultraviolet radiation,
And made, but it's I love bread.
All right, so that makes a lot of yeast.
Yeast.
back into a human, she somehow hasn't aged a day. Been baking for thousands of years. The gas is created by time, or at least those of you who watched my
Weighed next to nothing. Contrary to the appearance of density and great mass, the severed limb
that it's designed to. And since Titans have bone structures that are very
Can't go
similar
as fast
to
as like
humans,
when
you
it's
would
regular.
expect in cities protected
They always hear or
bodies give off an insane amount of heat. And the bigger they are, the hotter they tend to be. About the man-eating giants known as Titans. One boy named Aaron Yeager becomes a soldier.
because he's fully like
Or about
conscious of what's
13 to
happening
15
and could speak.
That is pretty darn to bursting with unsolved mysteries.
Yes,
Mysteries
that
like
no-
world preservation ability. If you're unfamiliar, check out the last video that we did about it. Or Beast Titan from season 2. Titans range in height from
And the
40
Beast is
meters
a
to
mystery,
whopping
too.
I don't know who
that property, which also conveniently an equivalent amount of mass. They're lighter than they should be, which both explains how they can move so fighting them. But that's not actually the case. In the anime, we matter from nothing. So when Aaron and the reveal. Now the most obviously unusual trait for the Titan is
Them
of
eating.
course their
Right.
Regular Titans are Where did they come from? Now I see you running down to
Correct.
the comments. The
Yes.
two captive Titans, Sunny and Bean, wear cube law. Increasing a human body's size by that scale dramatically changes the ratio.
Slow.
Movements have to be so much slower and more careful.
Right.
His body is supporting much more weight type of yeast produced
Didn't we get
behind
that?
wall Cena.
When we saw the premiere?
Can we react to it?
But I just see this weird 3D CGI
Also, what's called
I definitely will,
that's
okay?
just into the imagination. Get your minds out of the gutter. I mean that the Titan.
Recommendations. I don't think I said Attack on Titan.
Oh, Aaron's Titan form is capable. Manga descriptions
Yeah.
of it. We learned that this special yeast doesn't come as a powder. It looks. And then evidence of this whenever a Titan is wounded or dies, as their skin
As it's
breaks
like-
down. And despite having a hankering for human flesh that rivals my own craving, is solving the show's single biggest mystery before it's ever.
I've seen the picture memes. I just don't know.
But
Oh yeah,
I was
Titan
saying,
definitely
like,
needs to be on that list.
Humans for sustenance.
What
Only
is
thing
it?
that Titans actually need to keep their insanely huge.
And we're not gonna spoil none of it for you.
And everything. Well, if they want
The bread comparison might not be that far off. The thing that
pretty
We
update.
just told about the yeast and
composition process, transforming the
Oh.
massive amounts of gas are released all at once, sometimes with enough force to blow away the soul.
I think somebody asked me that a while ago, like yesterday, for Anime American Dimension.
I
Did you
killed
not-
the head of a
did you know
3-meter
about it?
Titan out of spite.
Just weird.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get back into it.
This trait makes yeast invaluable,
I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh my
The
God.
film-
increasing in size without also increasing proportionally in weight. And as strange as it sounds,
I feel like it applies.
It applies. I think it definitely applies.
But
Anyway.
Move, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
it's interesting
Like,
though, because I never thought about yeast.
faces, but right after
Faces.
that, an effective strength, making it much
a lot to uncover.
You're thinking like he's gonna.
preventing the bodies and our people. And yeah, Aaron and Annie's wrestling match at the end of season 1
That was
are
scary.
also
That was
shown to be
hella
completely
scary.
elite. You know what else draws energy from sunlight? Yeast. Even at a full 15 meters
fighting.
above those bare
Okay.
feet, like it was gonna be more effective than a spike. Anyway, as you can tell,
He probably-
Oh, so I would
I
say
guess you're right.
go ahead and watch Attack on Titan because it's a very good anime. Even
Full Metal was amazing.
All of
Brotherhood, brother.
lines of the human hosts from aging or decaying for years.
Anyway,
I don't know
let's-
where. I don't know where. If it's a
Link-
The reason I love watching Attack is that it's past
Salvador.
Why you say it like
Salvador.
that?
Salvador.
oddly specific quirks of the physiology of Titans.
Okay.
Firstly,
Getting a cookie or something, and if he gets a cookie, they're
Titans stretch. Well, good, because that's how you activate yeast. But seriously, the yeast theory. I mean, Fat Pat here eats
He's gonna
a
throw that
lot
in there.
of bread. Analogy is walls, which an enemy, but reclaim recent theory about Ant-Man and the Wasp heard it. And if you did, you'll remember that due to the squid.
you'll be sad.
But the film,
If y'all had
Is faster growth, more heat. With bigger Titans, the fermentation would be happening. It stands out most about.
like, you know, Dragon Ball Z baby that looks too big for a baby and dad.
Harder for the body. Those
It's on the most
franchises that
popular
will just
page.
remain
Y'all
a
must look
must-watch
at it.
anime for
On a
years.
catwalk, though.
When Titans transform, some matter kind of unnatural. What their origin is.
Right.
Well, the human body can do some of that. I am very well
Or
aware
they-
that
We get it.
every
Don't forget to like and share.
Just more.
Just
Or last before. Oh wait, never mind. They just
done.
one question.
Gone.
Oh, and don't forget to
Subscribe.
what's happening?
Welcome to Fit.
Oh, they wouldn't know.
What?
Titans are people, so oh god, when in the first place, and this newly introduced character for all of
The
those
yeast.
years.
The
In
yeast.
general, there's something being added to their bodies, but what's their
Like singing a song, and then he's like, oh, pop.
massive Titan that Rod just transformed into in the anime is
The ones that will get you like
Full Metal.
Full Metal Brotherhood. Yeah.
And
History solved. And if you, why I say like this?
the Titan body's inflated. And then there's the way that Titans take in energy that you needed to know. So it's strange at the very mystery of the entire plot. What exactly are the Titan? Fermented soybeans the size of a human head. What's more, and years later, savings for Diet Coke, Titans don't act
And
Can we
service
react to
thing,
it?
I
Link
don't
it to
know.
us. Let us. How is it going to?
ferments, it gives off heat. It's an
And then he's like,
a balloon. Or Titans are hot between its weight and enormous.
How big did you get? 21 feet 65.
Stop bragging about yourself, man. We heard you the first. The only show to recognition horror and
on us.
Do
Like,
not blame it
nah.
on us, but just no season.
But I don't think we saw anything about yeast, or if it was there, we wasn't paying attention to it.
Of course.
inspiration for Titan behavior, or is it truly the cause of what we're seeing from the sun or other sources? Yeast becomes more active, growing
Oh no!
in the production of beer and wine, and has made it a vital component we need to eat humans.
I was
And-
reading Jasmine were thinking that.
And where did they come from? And were they not updated? Don't watch this video.
Do not watch
Because
this
I feel
video.
like-
Film theory.
We should
Another
place
look at
traps
everyone's
like that
favorite
down.
actors inside their transformed states, and the only thing we know with these create pockets of air inside of bread dough that causes them to get such great
Everything's
For those people that never watch anime,
Instagram, I cannot.
What is that?
I don't know what show it is.
Link it to us.
I don't know what show.
Episode 15.
Oh, for them to move.
Support itself. That's why at 60 feet tall, Scott Lang. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a classic case of yeast infection. Something within her Titan body preserved her perfect nervous system piloting it. It's like some kind of horrifying zombie flesh mech. Caused the Titan epidemic in the anime. You're right. The true villain.
Watching this, they got spoiled quite enough. Like it's
Right,
pretty.
and they haven't told.
It's running like they're
Yes,
sprinting.
there is. It's subtle, certainly subtle enough that most viewers would probably overlook it, but exothermic reaction. If the fermenting the world will still be an uphill battle, especially when you consider stay clear about that.
The humans.
Unless it isn't really about the food preservation at all. You know, there's
It was like he was straight
Hey, Lois, my name's Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne Jazz. Today we have for you Film Theory, Attack on Titan's biggest movie, One Punch Man. Oh,
But
Titans
see,
are really
I thought that they were going to like originally go into like who is the
yeast has yeast phrase, excluding abnormal titans like the colossal titan and the
can't do that. Papa, and like Papa comes in like that dad. He's like, "Are you eating cookies?"
Titan as
Correct.
punishment by towering stone walls designed to kill. When we find out Amir's backstory in episode 35, we see her turned into a anime. There's an entire page.
how
Oh,
we
about
missed that?
me. Yeah.
And
Well,
Attack on
it's
Titan.
gonna be the regular. They're gonna throw in like a lot of theories.
It's a
just
lot
with
of
the show in general.
The show in
okay?
general, the
Mobile due to a lack of sunlight.
Yeah, brother.
Years to come, kind of like Death Note and Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh,
Anyway,
love
the
them.
three discovers that he has the ability to turn
To
into
turn-
and Rod reads, but that doesn't. They don't even know. If you never watched it, you don't know.
quickly and
What?
by some means not yet explained by science. These aren't throwaway being forced to spend decades out in the wilderness. Eventually, she gets completely buried in the dirt before birth.
Yeah, it will be set.
Is also expanding, and why cutting them off of sunlight causes them to stop Sasha before she kills again. Themselves.
Naruto, and
course.
stuff like that.
But I'm saying those two are
Watch
some modern.
With tarps, causing them to stop moving entirely in just
Right.
don't need these to think that we need to know this weird little
That it's
detail
yeast.
about fantasy world food preservation. Amazing things. One thing I'm pretty sure it can't do is suddenly grow to 20 times its size. That's what I've learned from binging 5
Deliciousness.
seasons worth of the Great British Baking Show. And yeast is
I love like those little conspiracies. If you guys haven't registered, please follow us on our social medias in the link in the description below. I seen the meme picture
I might be
memes.
singing it wrong, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like it's weird.
at least not
Conspiracies, those government conspiracies, because we conspiracy theorists ourselves, but they did an amazing job.
Nobody
heck
can
was in Aaron's
understand.
basement? Why the heck would the Colossal Titan knock down the wall that Aaron tends to get kidnapped more often than
And there's
Princess
undercover
Peach?
agents
Now,
and
it'll
stuff.
come as no
Oh,
surprise
God.
because
What?
something has got to be making that
Didn't even have
happen,
to tell
and by
me.
analyzing the physical characteristics of the Titans, we can accounts for some.
Remember that
Oh,
episode?
yeah.
And the Titans discovered inside the walls after
It's
Because we got an
realize that the best way to stop a skyscraper you're baking bread, just make sure you Cena's miraculous giant-sized yeast. So the next time
I thought he was
came
gonna
after
really
that.
get
Like I
into
thought
it.
they were going to get into that, not what like makes them move.
it is absolutely there in the publicly available combat techniques made for a human a tenth of his size. The reason for it rise and gives the final baked good a light fluffy texture, or at least
What's going on?
so make
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, you do not want that,
We're
y'all.
not just talking about normal
The yeast.
Yeah, I picked.
a wall, it's lining the outside of the city
With another wall.
Legos. Sized human, either rate than normal.
like a
If
virus the way they're
fermentation
doing
is
it.
truly the source of the Titan's energy, that would explain.
Or so I might be saying it wrong, and it's like, no, Papa, no, Papa. What's smoke and everything.
Or this is explained in episode 15 by Hanji Zoa, the show's
Love her.
resident Titan expert, and apparently trying to fight them. This
Right.
gas would be the CO2 that's being produced by the yeast, and that's keeping.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Totally Tubular Man 66. Today I'm coming out with a brand new video. We're gonna be reacting to a person who reacted to Dylan the Dead's video. And it was pretty good, man. People wanted me to react to it, so that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get right into the news and the video.
the new